G'day everyone, today I wanted to do a video on how to choose yourself a 3PL. Let's face it, you need to choose somebody that you can trust because these people are going to be handling your goods, they're storing all your stuff, and you want them to be handling your items just as though you would. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get a good understanding of what your logistics requirements are. So you want to get a good understanding of any special logistics. Do you use a special transport company and why? Do you have special packaging and all those sorts of things? So you want to get a really good handle on what's special about your operation and why it is that you need certain things, like refrigeration and all those sorts of special needs. Even, think about what your normal turnaround time is for an order, like what's acceptable to your customers, all those sorts of things that these, your 3PL, your supplier, they're not really going to necessarily know that about your business. So you really need to have a bit of a think about those things and jot them all down so that you can get a really good handle on it and communicate that to your 3PL when you think you've found one that looks like they might fit. And I guess that's the next step. So the next step, you might want to do a bit of searching on Google, obviously online, and have a look around and see who's nearby, or sometimes they might be interstate. I mean, most of the time people want to use 3PLs that are in the same city as them, but for sometimes if you're in WA, for example, you might want to use one in Melbourne because sending stuff from WA is just too expensive, and a lot of your stuff probably goes to the East Coast anyway. But assuming that you're choosing somebody relatively local, you might want to make a short list of them and plan to contact them, let them know basically what you're trying to do and get a feel for whether they think they're a good fit for you and you think they're a good fit for them. And then the next thing I'd suggest is to make a time to go out and see them, because you want to lay eyes on their operation. You want to get an idea for is it well organized, does it seem chaotic, like is it clean and tidy? Is it neat? Does it appear to be a well-run professional business? And you can't really get a feel for that from their website, obviously. Or you can you might be able to look at their website and go, you don't think they are. But I mean, by going there, you actually get that sense of what their business is actually like and what the people are like and whether they're happy and whether everything's managed well and under control. Because you'll be able to get that vibe of what the place is like. So go there and visit one or two or three, the ones that you think that you like, and when you're talking to the salesperson or the managers or whoever it might be, you might want to get a feel for some other things too, like what's their customer base like, and do they have other customers that are similar to you? Would you be a large customer of theirs, or would you be a relatively small customer of theirs? All those sorts of things. You want to get a feel for, do they have a good, stable customer base that's consistent with what you do? And you want to get, a feel for what they're like, how do they handle certain situations? So it's a good opportunity to run by certain scenarios with them, specifics about how you want your logistics to run, and does that marry up with their processes and things like that? Or, or if it doesn't, are they, willing to or in a position to accommodate some of the things that they don't necessarily already do. So that would be my initial tips. And then once you get to a stage with one or two of them that you think is right, it's going to be a good fit, then you need to ask them for some pricing. Get them to price up the activity that you've been talking about. They often have different pricing models, and that's probably another good video I could do. I'd do a video about pricing models and what to expect. But yeah, they often have transactional models, and some of them have minimums, and some of them have, like certain requirements around how much activity you got to do or how much storage you got to keep, and they'll charge you regardless. Some of them want contracts. Some of them run, an account like prompt. We do if you sign up as a customer of ours, you get a 1 month account with 30 days to pay. But others don't do that. You might have to pay weekly, or you might have to pay every month, but you only get 7 days to pay, things like that. So you want to get a feel for that. Some want contracts and they want all this stuff written in, and others are happy to go on a business relationship which is based on mutual trust, that you're saying that you're going to do what you're going to do. and that you will do it. So yeah, it's all those things you need to factor in, and then once you've got proposals from 1 or 2 or 3 of them, and the pricing, you've checked it out in your cost model and it all adds up, and you know the terms and conditions and all those different things line up, you can make your selection. And I think that's something that you have to take seriously. You have to go through that whole process, because it's like entering in a relationship. Well, it is a relationship, and you're really going to be placing quite a lot of trust, and you're going to be dealing with your warehouse, with your 3PL warehouse daily, and so it's a big decision. So I would suggest going through that whole process, as time consuming and as annoying as it might be, and coming to a point where you feel really comfortable with the person you're about to choose. That's it for me today, and I'll try to make another video soon about pricing models. That seems like a good idea. Cheers.